people, welcome to, what's the date today? Look, oh, it's the 20th of October. We have, look, right here, we are on our way to his Neely house.
Nearly.
Neely house. Days away. Look, we are going to go and do some measurements. Well, I say we, you know I like to use the royal we. I'm basically chauffeuring at the moment. You need to get a car, look. How are you going to come for Sunday dinner?
You can pick me up.
And then who's going to take you back? I'm like, my wee glass of wine with my Sunday dinner, thank you very much.
Oh, you've been trying to cut back.
What do you mean trying? What do you mean trying? By the way, people, I have no content for you today. So Luke has to do a song and dance. Which you've got me at a nice angle. You can put the thing up so you can... You don't need to put it up if you're showing me. Right, so... I've got...
Just focus on the road.
I'm focusing on the road. I've got... Oh, look, we're low on petrol here, by the way. We should have taken Dad's car. Sorry, I've got my Apple Watch. Can pay. Well, where were we? So I've got Luke Mario holding the camera because the threads on the screwy bit of my camera are done, and I haven't put any thread on the wee tripod, the car tripod. So he's holding my car just now. But he's going to be putting my car. You holding my car, Luke? Anyway, people, I think today's video is going to be another Q&A because I have no other content for you. So I just did my usual today of going to the gym, 2 classes at the gym on the Friday. Rico is busy cooking in the kitchen, and by the way, look, if this is not a good angle, I'm not uploading. Right, put the you can put the camera away and we'll chat later. It is going to be new home. We're now going to do a bit of shopping together. We have Christmas on this side and we have Halloween on this side. Okay, we are home, and just before I sit down and chat with you, I thought I'd do a quick outfit. It's one of my favourite outfits. So white linen shirt, bodysuit, long sleeve one actually for extra warmth from Primark. Where else? Shorts from Primark. Took the actual belt off and added a Gucci belt, thick tights, and my little ankle boots from ZARA, which I love. So that's today's outfit, people. There we go. Okay, right. We are settling in. We're going to do another question from last night's video, and quite a few of you left me some questions, and I'm going to get through them throughout Vlogtober, hopefully. But right here, we had a little unboxing. So you will have heard me quite often talking about my Ancient and Brave collagen, and I now have it on subscription. So, and it actually works out cheaper if you get it on subscription. So as opposed to it being like £27 roughly if you just order it monthly, if you order it on subscription, it works out at roughly £24. And this is from the company, and this is how it comes. Look at this. I almost feel bad for all this packaging, but it's supposed to be all, you know, recyclable and all of that. So there it is. There's my true collagen. Feels very, very luxurious, doesn't it? There we go. And it is, and it actually just came in time, so probably I've only got like half a tablespoonful left. And there we go. That's it. There. So that's the collagen. All done and dusted. Shall we get on to the question? We'll answer the question. Cheers. So, the question I have chosen today, are we okay here? The question I have chosen today comes from Vicky Robertson 6496. Now, I know Vicky, I used to call her Victoria, very well. she was one of Rico's commies at the restaurant. And come on in, Lily. I think she basically found my videos through one of our cooking videos. So it basically says, this is, I'll read the comment and then I'll answer the questions, or maybe one, I don't know, we'll see how we go. So she says, I've just booked a cruise for myself and Finley, Finley's her son, for next September. Due to health issues, I now can no longer head abroad by plane. So she's booked a Mediterranean cruise and she's going to be with her uncle and his partner, and basically says that's the way for her to go. Anyway, she then goes on to say to me, it's time in life that you and Rico enjoy the smaller things in life, i.e. the grandkids and Lily, and being able to do what yous want when yous want. Even though Rico still has his own business, it's flexible. But I would definitely recommend a cruise, she says, which we're definitely going to do, because if you didn't watch last night's video, that's what Rico and I are planning to do, like a big cruise thing. Somebody asked me today in the comments, who was it? I can't remember, but somebody has asked me where we were planning to go, but we haven't really discussed, but it has to be somewhere special, I think. And then she goes on to say, can't wait to see tomorrow's vlog, even a wee family history video, or things you wish you could have done differently. See, I always find that a difficult one, because, you know, as much as a lot of us say, I wouldn't change a thing, and things that are not good things that happen to us, although it's not good at the time when we go through them, we certainly do learn from them. We really, really do learn from them, and it's certainly changed certain things that have happened to us. It certainly has changed my attitude and the way I think about things. I always find that a difficult question. It's almost like asking somebody, do you have any regrets in your life? Would you change anything? Would you have any regrets? Do you regret anything? And I would say to my dad, do you regret anything? And I've said this quite a few times on my channel, do you? And he used to say, the only thing I regret is I can't do it all over again. And I'm like, that was typically my dad. Anyway, things you wish you could have done differently, that's a hard one. And how are you enjoying retirement? Or would you rather still be in the restaurant running it as smoothly as you did? Love to you, Rico and Lily Mo. Right, this question, so when I meet people from the restaurant, and it's a question that people always ask, do you miss the restaurant? And if you ask Rico, do you miss the restaurant, Rico would say, I miss the people, because we did have great friendships in the restaurant. We had regulars, you got to know the people that would come in on a weekly basis, and you would form a relationship with them. And you know, that's something that I suppose you miss. But we have kept in touch with a lot of our customers. Do I miss the restaurant? I don't miss the restaurant. I got to a point in the restaurant where I was exhausted, because I was looking after my mum at the time and trying to be in the restaurant, and I was front of house. And when you're front of house, you cannot be serving customers with an attitude, or, you know, I'm tired today. You know, like what was happening in my life, I couldn't allow to affect my job, because I was front of house. I was there to make sure customers were having a good time. They were there celebrating whatever they were going to celebrate. It was their night out. It was their time out. It was about the customers. And when you are mentally exhausted, not physically, but mentally exhausted with everything that's going on. It's not easy. It really isn't easy. And you know, with all these, I've said this time and time again, with all these cookery programs that are on, everybody thinks they're a chef. Everybody thinks they know everything to do with food. The way our restaurant worked was nothing was pre-cooked. So on a Saturday night, when you were doing 70, 80, 90, 100 covers, whatever it was, you know, if a table of 10 people walked in and one wanted a chasseur steak and one wanted a Diane steak and one wanted a pepper steak and one wanted a Diane steak and one, do you know what I'm saying? Rico was making them on the spot as the order came in. We weren't pre-cooking anything or anything like that. So he had to make sure all these steaks and all the other meals that we had going on at the table all went out. When that table was going to get served its main courses, he was the chef. He was doing the main courses. They all had to come out all at once when you're serving that table, no matter if it was a table of 2 or a table of 16. Saturday night. Now, I knew what was going on in the kitchen. Your customers, and it wasn't our regular customers, it was, you know, the ones that would come in party nights or whatever, or on an odd occasion, and they would go, where's my steak? Why is my steak taking so long? What I want to say is, excuse me, this is not your fast food. We're not talking McDonald's here where everything is being pre-cooked, heated up, and then when you order it, it's thrown on the table for you. Do you know what I mean? Your dinner is being cooked specifically for you. And when you're not stressed and when you're not got 100 things going on in your life, you know, you can cope with this. But when it's time and time, you know, you're exhausted. And so front of house is really hard in that way. When I was already struggling, I was at this point really ready to move on. I'd really had enough. I was exhausted with it, and I knew I wasn't giving anything 100% at that point in time. I was lucky I had good staff around me at that time, so I was lucky in that way, in staff that I could trust and that I had trained, and they worked the way I wanted them to work and they understood the job. But it was really hard. So the truth of the matter is, I've never missed it at all. And I have worked in the restaurant from, I'll tell you where I started in the restaurant. I started in the cloakroom in the restaurant. That's where I started, because as you all know, when I got married, I was 17, I was young, I didn't know about restaurants. You know, I didn't have a clue about how a restaurant worked. You know, the restaurant was in Rico's family, it was his dad's, and anything I learned from Rico, working beside Rico. So eventually I was working, so Rico used to be front of house before Rico was chef. Rico would be front of house, and then eventually, so I worked behind the bar, and then eventually Rico had me working beside him. So I was learning from Rico, and I always felt, you know, I could always fall back on Rico. And then when Rico went and decided to go into the kitchen, I was front of house. And he kind of went, you're doing this, you are front of house now, it's all on you. But like everything, you get used to it. You know, I miss the buzz of a Saturday night. I miss that buzz. And so at lunchtime I would sit and try and sit all the customers, to allocate tables for the customers, and then you would have customers that wanted certain tables, and you had all of that carry on, you know, and if they came in, God help you if they didn't get their table. So it was all that. So it was the buzz, it was getting all that sorted out and ready for the evening, setting up, ready to go for the evening. And it was getting everybody in, sitting them down, and that was an adrenaline boost. It was a total and utter buzz. I suppose I miss that part of it, but the stress, no thank you. I'm quite enjoying my life just now, just doing my wee YouTube when I feel like it. And Lily standing in, will I go in, will I not go in? And so I don't really miss it. Do you miss it, Victoria? So yeah, so the answer to that question is I'm quite happy doing what I'm doing now. Okay, touching on the question of would I have done things differently, there are certain things in my life I would have done differently. Not many, but there are some things. Knowing what I know now, there are yeah, there's definitely things I would have done differently, and there are people I would have cut out my life a lot sooner. Yeah, knowing what I know now, definitely. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. That's another thing that I've learned, as well as, you know, when there's somebody in your life that brings negativity to your peace of mind, cut them out. Don't fear it, cut them out. And it just makes life so much better. So I wish I had done that a lot sooner, because when I cut certain people out of my life got better, my sanity got better. So I hate how deep I get on these things. Oh my goodness me. Okay, I think it's just going to be a quick one tonight. So I took you down the street of Luke's new home. We jumped into B&M and Home Bargains. We were looking at quilts for Luke, and I actually need to buy a couple as well for Cyprus. And yeah, I think we're gonna close up tonight's vlog. It's gonna be I don't know if it's gonna be a quick one. It might not be a quick one. I say that every night, and actually it's not a quick one. Remember, if you have any more questions for me, put them down and I'm gonna try and answer them throughout Vlogtober. Hopefully I get more that take me right through. Thank goodness I'm getting the questions, because I don't know what else I would be talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna love you, leave you. I'm gonna link 2 videos here if you haven't seen them. If you're not subscribed, I'm gonna put the A right here to subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.